What a spiritual awakening means to me, I can only speak from my experience. For me, it started many years ago. And I've always had a very rich spiritual life, meaning I was never a person who just dragged myself through life identifying as my body. Yeah, I had my 3D years where I was mainly just here having fun, pleasing the flesh, right? But I always had that background voice that was always aware that I am not just this. And that's probably because since I was a child, for anybody who's not familiar with my story, I've been finding myself leaving my body and levitating up to the ceiling and flying around since I was very young. So I've always known that, even if I didn't know what that was, because I didn't, but I just knew that there couldn't be me lying on the bed and me up in the ceiling flying around. So I've always known to a degree that I was not just this. And as you get older, you kind of shut it down because you can't talk about it anyway. And being from my background, Jamaica, no one talks about that, you know. But for me, the spiritual awakening was my Kundalini experience. That was my spiritual awakening. And a lot of people have Kundalini experiences, but the spiritual awakening is not this grandiose thing where the sky opens up and, oh, behold. A spiritual awakening is really just being aware that you're not your body and just being sick and tired of this mundane 3D life. And you start to search for more. That's what a spiritual awakening is. The reason it's gotten so confusing is that with the help of something like social media, human beings are just going to do what human beings do. That could sometimes look like being one of the awakened ones. That's just another facet of the ego, you know? So if everybody is waking up and this new thing, this phenomenon, oh, I'm spiritually awakened or I'm enlightened, or it's just another way of saying, y'all ain't up on this. There's a lot of that out there. But I do believe that there's a lot more real stories of people actually waking up. But it's not necessarily this grandiose thing, this supernatural thing. For me, it was. I think that's because I was always walking that path. And that could happen for you too. If you decide you're going to start walking that path to find self, even if you're the most dense, deep in the world kind of person, you could just start by sitting down and being still. That's literally the first step. Just be still and follow your breath and just lie there and just relax and just be.